One carrier is stepping up measures to guard against the coronavirus as it prepares to return to the skies. AirAsia has unveiled new guidelines for its passengers and cabin crew. These include mandatory wearing of face masks on board and temperature checks before and after flights. We hear more about the airline's plans from Ricky Isla, AirAsia Philippines Chief Executive Officer. Thank you so much for joining us, Ricky. You know, the airline industry is one of the hardest hit businesses. Can you tell us how AirAsia Philippines is preparing for the new flying normal?
Yep. Hi, Rico. And yes, we are prepared. As a matter of fact, just to give you a backgrounder, the airlines and airport regulators of the government are now in close coordination with all of the airline companies, specifically what we call ACAP. This is now called Air Carriers Association of the Philippines. That is AirAsia, Philippine Airlines, and Cebu Pacific. This is a strong group that is in close coordination with, let's say, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines and the works. Yes, there's going to be a very strong change with regards to safe flight protocols. It goes beyond what we call using face masks. As a matter of fact, like for example, yes, there's social distancing. There's also what you call paperless boarding. There's also what you call the use of more customer machines and kiosks in the airport. But it goes from one end up to the last end. Meaning, for example, the moment they enter the airport, there's a very strict compliance, and as agreed by all groups, both private and public sectors, that there has to be a thermometer check. There has to be a wet rug clean exercise. And then as they enter and go to the over the counters, you will be able to get your second check of your temperature until you enter the next step, which is immigrations, moving to your pre-departure. Even in the pre-departure, then you will get to see from all the lines, starting from the entrance, the social distancing, until you get to your boarding. And then until when you enter the boarding, what is important now is what you call the paperless boarding exercise. So there's going to be a lot of educational tools that will be passed over to all our customers, like, for example, the QR method and the works. And moving inside now the flight, there will be also the stretch wherein
Ricky.
Go ahead, please. You have a question.
So, Ricky, you mentioned about social distancing. So, once these passengers are inside the plane, will they be spaced one seat apart?
Okay, at this point, all the airline groups in the Philippines are strictly using what you call HEPA filters. Okay, the HEPA filters practically kills almost like 99%. And that is an investment of all the three companies right now with regards to ensuring that all the virus, including the coronavirus, is actually cleaned. So it goes around and filters the air. This process actually has been there, and it's beyond all of the SARS and the H1N1, which is now, even for coronavirus, we are very confident that these airline companies will be able to have a very clean air inside the plane itself. Well, one thing that we would like all our passengers to use is what we call the face mask. And all of our cabin crews will have the right gadgets and the right PPEs. And that, therefore, gives us a confidence level that even without the vacant seat in the middle, the strong effect or the very clinical effect that cleanses the air, almost like 99%, HEPA filters will be very effective. Okay.
So, Ricky, all of these new travel procedures that you just mentioned are very costly. And there are fears right now among travelers that this could be the end of bargain fares, and this will and fares will soar because of the additional precautionary initiatives.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I think there has to be a review of pricing at this point. But if you will personally ask me, we are also very conservative in the airline industry. We are not saying immediately that we will open both come May 15. Like for example, speaking in behalf of AirAsia, in our websites, it's very obvious that we will start immediately by launching a small percentage or almost like 20 to 30% of our domestic flights as a testing ground. Because I think the first 3 months will be very critical, and we are very focused on investing on what you call the new protocols of safety. Now, pricing is important. I know that we also are monitoring all our cash positions at this point, but I think we're one with the country that I think the new safe protocols will be our top priority, which is practically meaning safety always and customer first, of which is AirAsia's right now one of the 7 guiding principles moving forward. Yep. And finally,
The
other
new
areas that,
normal for flying. Mm-hmm.
so
Yes.
moving forward,
Ricky,
yep,
I'm sorry, we've run out of time.
okay,
Thank you
yep,
so much for joining
thank
us
you.
on the
Yes,
final
Rico,
word, the new
thank
normal
you.
of flying, explained to us by Ricky Isla, the Chief Executive Officer of AirAsia Philippines.